Stand for the pledge.
Got out of it. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is the regular meeting of the Board of Education, East Peoria Elementary School District number 86. It is Thursday, August 20th, 2026 at 7 p.m. Our mission is East Peoria Elementary District 86 is dedicated to continually improving achievement of all students. Roll call.
Cunningham.
Here.
Fiddler.
Here.
Hamilton.
Here.
Schultz.
Here.
Tapp.
Here?
Williams.
Here.
Cowan.
Here. All right, recognition of visitors and public participation. Thank you all for being here. We will move on to routine matters of business. Joint consent, recommendation for approval. Minutes of special meeting, July 16th, 2026. Minutes of special meeting executive session, July 16th, 2026. Minutes of regular meeting, July 16th, 2026. Minutes of regular meeting executive session, July 16th, 2026. The treasurer's report and the financial report. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Fiddler.
Yes.
Hamilton.
Yes.
Schultz.
Yes.
Tapp.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Cowan.
Yes.
Cunningham.
Yes.
I need a motion to approve the bills as presented, including bills received that would incur a late charge penalty if not paid before the next board meeting, and authorize payment thereon. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Hamilton.
Yes.
Schultz.
Yes.
Tapp.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Cowan.
Yes.
Cunningham.
Yes.
Fiddler.
Yes.
All right, we move on to action items. Resolution 2627-02, FY 2627 approved tentative budget. Mr. Warner.
And a collective groan goes over for the presentation, right? Yeah. So I've had the opportunity to go into the budget, gone through every line item across all of our funds, to try to put together, as accurate as possible for today. Of course, with the revenues, you try to be a little bit conservative because you're not sure exactly what you're going to get. You hope that you're going to get more than what you have budgeted for. And then in the expense side, you try to be as accurate as possible and hope that you don't spend every dollar that you have allocated for. So on the first page of the presentation, this is the major revenue of how we get our funds. Of course, the education fund gets the majority of those. This year, we're projecting about just over $20 million. In the O&M fund, about a little over 2.3. Transportation fund, close to $3 million, and then all other funds combined, just shy of $3 million. The projected revenue for the year as a whole for all 9 funds is about $28 million. Like I said, revenues are budgeted conservatively, and our hope is that we see higher revenues than budgeted. Overall, this is about a 6% increase in revenues compared to last year. But again, that's across all 6 funds, not just allocated to one fund only. For the revenue last year, what we budgeted versus what we received. In the end, over all the funds, we did receive about $800,000 more than what we had budgeted. So if we were to see that again this year across all funds, that would be a significant increase. Again, it just depends on certain allocations. You're hoping that CPPRT, that corporate personal property replacement tax, comes in with what they projected. Our evidence-based funding payments have been very sustained over the last 6 years, and you hope that they continue. Just so you know, we did see an increase in evidence-based funding. A smooth $32,479 was our increase this year. So that doesn't seem like a whole heck of a lot, but it is. They did say you will never lose money, and we didn't lose any money in the EBF. So looking at the comparison over the last couple of years, you can see that it's been pretty steady with 25, 26. We have a little bit of an increase for this year. When you look at the major expenses, in the ed fund, we're just over 23.5 million. The operations and maintenance fund, about 2.6, transportation, about 2.8, and then all other funds, a little over $4 million in expenditures. The overall projection into the ed fund is about 6% more than what we had expended last year. This is for salary, benefits. As a reminder to the board, we did have an insurance benefit increase of 9% this year. We will be having a 9% this year. We did have a couple of one-time spends. The board approved new foundations materials for just over $60,000. And Scott will be presenting to us, or giving me the opportunity to present to you, 2 new servers to help better our our battle against cyber attacks. And that he's approximating that between $120,000 and $130,000. Otherwise, the other funds overall are pretty close to what they were last year, with just your normal expenditure increases. Again, salary and benefits being the major driving force to that in all of those funds. The other fund, when you see all other funds of being a little over $4 million, just as a reminder, this year we do have a large capital spend. We've only paid down a little bit of the 2 projects. We're going to approve another pay app tonight. I'm hoping in September we're going to see the final pay-ups for Bolin and Wilson, and I hope Lincoln will see by December. I'm trying to be funny there, but it's not really that funny at the moment. And so then this is kind of the expenditures by fund, kind of a graphic over how it looks over the last couple of years. And again, you can just see it slightly increases each year on top of one another. The revenue by source, again, this is important for everyone to know. When you look at how our revenues are broken down, when you look at local revenue, that's 75% of the revenue in which our district is able to have. 16% of that comes from the state, and only 10% of that is federal revenue. And then that kind of, again, just kind of a little breakdown as to what that looks like overall. And then our expenditures by object, as always, salary and benefits are going to be the largest portion in any expenditure. We have purchase services, supplies, other expenses. So that when you add all that up, that's where that a little over 23.5 million comes into play. When you look at the expense by object, again, the graphic is pretty clear in kind of what it shows. The other expense is a little bit higher, but that's partially because of the foundations purchase and then what we're projecting for the new servers for to protect against cyber. When you look at the functions as a whole, 63% of the allocated expenditures are for instruction. When you look at instruction and support services combined, that's 95% of the overall spend in the ed fund. And then, like I said, that other has some other spends to it. And then that kind of a breakdown of what the functions look like as a whole. When you look at our education fund balance comparison, you'll see that the line graph has shown a steady decline over the last 3 years. You look in 25, when the fund balance was at that point in the year in July 1, it was right around 12.5. Now in 26, it was just over 10, and then we're projecting to be about 6.5 to 7 after this year. This has been projected and planned spend of dollars. It's not something that is panic mode or anything of that nature. This is what we've been looking at. Looking at future years and where we're able to manage funds and manage some of the expenses is what we're going to be looking at, and that's something that we hope to present as the year goes on as well. Operations revenue, again, pretty much all of our revenue in operations is all local. There is no federal or state dollars that come from that. This year, we do have, we had a little bit of revenue in the fire safety fund for the school maintenance grant. And then here's our expenditures. Again, you kind of can see that it looks about the same year over year with a little bit of increase. The gray in the middle is purchase services. This year will be a little bit of an increase as we bring on a new contractual cleaning service. But again, that it was not much higher than where it was the year prior. When you look at the fund balances, again, a steady decline, but still not as steady as the education fund. And if you look, last year, our expenditures were just a little bit higher than revenue. I mean, they're not too bad. And again, it's projected to be very, very similar this year. And so we'll be looking at what are the things that we can take out of the O&M fund that we're not taking out of the capital fund, or what can we take out of health, life, safety that's not out of this fund as well, to kind of manage those. Transportation revenue, we get about 59% local, 41% state. Again, that 41% state is based on mandated categoricals. Right now, I projected just over probably 3.25 payments, and that's where one of those times where you hope that you get all 4 payments, and that will boost that revenue there. I never feel comfortable putting all 4 in, because we've seen far too often that we haven't received all 4 of those. But last year, we were fortunate that we saw all 4 in the same fiscal year, and we hope that that continues. But at the same time, this was also put together prior to knowing what the true proration rates are going to be once all transportation reports are turned in, and what amount of dollars the state truly has to put out to districts. So again, we hope that we will see a little bit of an increase in revenue. And then when you look at the expenses, I mean, again, everything's very, very similar year over year, with a little bit of an increase. Fund balance, this is one of the places I'm very, very proud of with the transportation fund. We've worked very hard, because over a 3-year period, we saw that fund balance dip very quickly by about $1 million. And right now, we're able to sustain that. And one of the ways we did that is, yet again this year, we have funneled part of our corporate personal property replacement tax into the transportation fund to offset that proration, some of that proration that we don't intend to get, some of the proration in the money that we do not intend to get from the state level. Debt service, again, pretty flat. This is basically just our bond payments and revenues, so there's not a lot there. And again, that's just debt service as a whole. And then IMRF, the IMRF fund has seen a significant dip in the last couple of years. Part of that is the levy. We had a fund balance prior to 25 that was sitting well higher than what our auditor felt comfortable with. And so he told us to start levying a little bit less. And then now, moving into this year's upcoming levy in October, November, we will be reallocating some of the funds to make sure that we're managing those dollars better to better offset this expenditure piece. Capital projects, again, the main reason for the big dip this year is because of the large project that we have at the front entryways for Wilson, Lincoln, and Bolin. But again, we'll still have a very significant fund balance that will allow us to look at some other projects that we had put on that 3-year projection. We will be looking to update that this year as well with what we were able to complete in the year that we wanted to, anything that we did beyond that, what we look to do still in the year 2 and 3, and then what becomes year 4, that would, I guess, become the next year 3 project. Working cash has a steady increase. There's really not been very many expenditures out of there. There may be a conversation at the final budget meeting to talk a little bit about working cash as a whole, but that's not for tonight. Tort fund, again, has stayed very steady. What I will tell you here is that our auditor has told us to not levy anything out of the tort fund for a couple of years moving forward, because as you see, what we've levied versus what our tort expense has been pretty flat. And so that fund stays higher than where he feels comfortable with. So we will be taking some of the money away from tort, putting it into IMRF wherever we may need to. And then fire prevention and safety, we had a large dip last year because our projects that we did last year were more health, life, safety in nature than anything. And this year we will see an increase because we do not have as many health, life, safety projects. So looking at the levy again, we could be looking at not allocating or not levying as much out of this fund potentially. And again, shifting where that may need to go to help offset other expenses and to shift revenues to other funds. That's a quick snippet into the budget. Remember, today is just a tentative budget. Nothing is finalized. Once approved tonight, if approved tonight, Sue Cordell and I have been working on the payroll database for our 9/1 payroll. And once that is completed, the 9/1 payment goes out, I will be able to really dive in again to see where I projected things at and what shifts need to be made from an addition side or a subtraction side, and be able to bring back a tighter budget to you for the final budget in September. So with that, are there any questions that you have for me regarding the budget at this time?
Why is it not going off?
Thank you.
Why is it not going off?
Push just the one next to PC. There you go. Any questions or anything? All right, thank you.
So it's a recommendation, the board approve the tentative budget and advertise in the local paper that the budget will be on file in the main office. We will conduct a budget hearing on September 22nd, 2026 at 5:30. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Williams order.
Roll call?
Hamilton,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Tap,
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Cowan,
Yes.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Fiddler.
Yes.
All right, joint consent employment. Mr. Engel.
Included in your packet is the recommendation to employ Jerry Duran as bus monitor, Kimberly Brush as bus monitor/driver, Tanya Arnold as bus monitor, Crystal Hartzell as bus monitor, Susan Stinger as secretary at Lincoln School, Leslie Patak as sixth grade special education teacher at CJHS, Amy McGinnis as an aide at Armstrong School, and Josie Du Bois as the East Peoria Community High School co-op aide at Armstrong School.
The recommendation is the board approve the employment of employees as presented. The employment is for the 2026-2027 school year and contingent upon the results of their background checks and licensure. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Schultz,
Yes.
Tap,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Cowan,
Yes.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Fiddler,
Yes.
Hamilton.
Yes.
All right. Action to remove Michelle Daniels, monitor, from the employment rolls. Mr. Engel.
This time it'd be my recommendation that the board move to remove Michelle Daniels from the employment roles as presented.
So the recommendation is the board move to remove Michelle Daniels from the employment rolls. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Tap,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Cowan,
Yes.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Fiddler,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Schultz.
Yes.
All right. Action to remove Taylor Scanlon, driver, from the employment rolls. Mr. Engel.
At this time, it would be my recommendation the board move to remove Taylor Scanlon from the employment roles.
Recommendation is the board move to remove Taylor Scanlon from the employment rolls. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Williams,
Yes.
Cowan,
Yes.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Fiddler,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Tap.
Yes.
All right. Approved transportation wage for 2026-2027.
Effective upon approval, current drivers and monitors will receive an increase of 25 cents per hour, as has been typical for the last couple of years. So on behalf of the superintendent, I ask the board approve the wage increase for the drivers and monitors.
The recommendation is the board approve the wage increase for the bus drivers and monitors as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Cowan,
Yes.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Fiddler,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Tap,
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
All right. Approved volunteer coach for First Lego League at CJHS.
Yes, the Central Junior High Administration is recommending that David Schultz be approved as a volunteer coach for the First Lego League at CJHS. So that would be my recommendation for board approval this evening.
All right. Recommendation is David Schultz be approved as volunteer coach for First Lego League at CJHS as requested by CJHS administration. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Nobody's going to say anything? Really? You're just gonna let him off easy? Okay.
I'm waiting for Chad to say no.
Roll call.
Tough crowd.
Cunningham,
Yes.
There it is.
Fiddler,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Schultz,
Abstain.
Tap,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Cowan.
Yes. All right, resolution 2627-03, approved restatement of 403B retirement plan. Mr. Warner.
Yes, the district utilizes US Omni to manage our 403B retirement plans, and in order to restate the plan to be effective as of January 2026, which we did not receive the information until July to do this, but there is a resolution that needs to be passed, which is in your packet, and so on behalf of the superintendent, I'd ask that the board approve Resolution 2627-03.
So the recommendation is the board approve resolution 2627-03 as required. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Fiddler,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Tap,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Cowan,
Yes.
Cunningham.
Yes.
All right, approved payment to S&S Signs for transportation building signs. Mr. Warner.
So the awning that we have at the transportation building has been torn and damaged on the front section. Thankfully, our maintenance staff was able to kind of reattach that for the time being, but we're not sure that that will hold. So we reached out to S&S Signs for them to determine whether or not they could put a sign in that spot. So this would not replace the whole awning. It would only replace the front portion, and it would also brand the transportation building by having that it is East Peoria Transportation on there, which we do not have any signage that shows that right now. The cost and installation of the sign is $3,995. With approval this evening, I will reach out to S&S Signs tomorrow to have them fabricate the sign as well as provide us a timeline for installation. So on behalf of the superintendent, I'd ask that you approve the sign from S&S Signs for the cost of $3,995.
So the recommendation is the board approve the estimate from S&S Signs for the transportation sign to be made and installed at the transportation building at a cost of $3,995 as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Do you have it?
Okay.
Roll call.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Tap,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Cowan,
Yes.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Fiddler.
Yes.
All right, approved payment to Asset Control Solutions. Mr. Warner.
Yes, in your packet, you will find a proposal from Asset Control Solutions, which is a company that we have used, this would be the fourth time, I believe, to evaluate and report on the buildings, the movable assets and site improvements for the 9 locations in the district. The fee for this service is $4,750. If approved this evening, we will reach out to Asset Control Solutions to create a timeline for them to come in and take care of this. The good part is, since we've utilized them before, a lot of our objects already have the stickers, so they just have to come in and scan those, just to make sure that they're still the same ones, and then we would add anything new that we've put in there, and then they would be able to provide us a report with all that information. This is also very important for the auditors as well. Typically, they want you to do that on about every 2 to 3 years, and this would be at our 3-year mark.
All right, so the recommendation is the board approve the payment to Asset Control Solutions to inventory, evaluate, and report on the 9 locations at a cost of $4,750. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Schultz,
Yes.
Tap,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Cowan,
Yes.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Fiddler,
Yes.
Hamilton.
Yes.
All right, approved ProCare Therapy Client Services Agreement. Mr. Warner.
In your packet, you will find a client services agreement from ProCare Therapy for the use of substitute sign language interpreters through VocoVision. The cost will vary based on the interpreter that is available at that time. For the substitute that was available last year, it was $88 per hour. We did not have to use that very often, but we do need to have a contract in place in the event that our current interpreter is unable to be on site on a given day. So on behalf of the superintendent, I'd ask that you approve the ProCare Therapy contract.
So the recommendation is the board approve the client services agreement with ProCare Therapy to provide substitute sign language interpreters through Voco Vision. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Sorry. Tap,
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Cowan,
Yes.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Fiddler,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Schultz.
Yes.
Approve payment for PCM plus design for secure entryways. Mr. Warner.
In your packet, you will find an invoice from PCM Plus Design for architectural and engineering services for the secure entries at Bolin, Lincoln, and Wilson schools in the amount of $11,050.
So the recommendation is the board approve the payment request from PCM plus design in the amount of $11,050 for the architectural and engineering services for secure entries at Bolin, Lincoln, and Wilson schools. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Williams,
Yes.
Cowan,
Yes.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Fiddler,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Tap.
Yes.
All right, approve estimate from City Coal and Asphalt for asphalt repair, cleaning, and sealing at Shoot School.
Similar to what you approved earlier this summer for Armstrong School, we are asking for the same at Shoot School from City Coal and Asphalt for the cleaning, sealing, and restriping of only the playground area. The cost for this work would be completed by City Coal and Asphalt for a cost of $4,295. With approval this evening, I will have Mr. Segal reach out to them to be able to schedule a time that will not impact the use of the playground for our students, and we'll move forward with that.
The recommendation is to approve the estimate from City Coal and Asphalt for the cleaning, sealing, and restriping of the playground area at Shoot School at a total cost of $4,295 as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Cowan,
Yes.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Fiddler,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Tap,
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Approve payment application for Bolin School secured entrance.
Yes, in your packet is an application and certification for payment received from Midwest Construction Professionals for the Bolin Secured Entryway Project in the amount of $21,197.29, which was also reviewed and certified by Stacy Kidd of PCM Plus Design. The Bolin project is complete. They are still working on punch list items, if I'm not mistaken. They were able to complete that early last week, and so we're looking forward to that space. Chris, it's been good use of it so far?
Yeah, great feedback, looks great, thank you.
So the recommendation is the board approve the payment application for the Bolin secured entryway project to Midwest Construction Professionals in the amount of $21,197.29, which was certified by Stacy Kidd of PCM Plus Design. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Fiddler,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Tap,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Cowan.
Yes. All right, approve payment application for Lincoln secured entrance.
In your packet is an application and certification for payment received from Midwest Construction Professionals for the Lincoln Secured Entryway Project in the amount of $107,138.10, which was also reviewed and certified by Stacy Kidd of PCM Plus Design. That project is still underway, has quite a bit of work yet to be done. We've had, the students had to come in they're coming in the side fifth grade door, hoping that's been working out. Parents are coming in on the other side of the building.
Temporary entrance.
Temporary entrance, but we're hoping to continue to see some steel work out in the outside area. There was some concrete concerns that they needed to talk through. We got an email about that today, so we're waiting for the follow-up on that part
In
of
the
it.
coming days, we should see some framing starting
Yep.
on that outside.
And then our hope is that once that is complete, then we'll get to see what's going on the inside so we can finish up that. And then we have a change order coming up in a little bit.
And then the lower level carpeting
Yes,
and
sorry,
the
thank you,
stair
Frank.
treads have made a tremendous
Yes.
difference in the building itself. Not only from an appearance standpoint, but a sound standpoint and just a general, if you recall, when we approved that, there was some popping of tiles and things, and we were just continuing to battle that. So that has really made a difference on that. We're hoping to get some notification as to when the carpeting for the upper levels, for the upper level will be ready to go, and then setting a time for that work to be done, for the same reasons. But when you look at the difference that it's made already from an aesthetic standpoint, that's one thing, but then again, just some of the impact that that has had. So I think that was a good decision. And a balance between walk-off carpet at the entryways and then regular carpeting throughout the rest of the hallway.
And the two lifts, well, they're
Yep.
not part of the construction project, but the two lifts
that
have
the
also
board had
been
approved.
installed.
It does look nice.
And so we appreciate,
The
being able to
flexibility.
do that. And like everything else, you go throughout the summer and just making sure everything gets to where it needs to be. And certainly, with Lincoln, we already knew there would be some overlap. And so, we'll be dealing with some noise and obviously some things that aren't as convenient as we would prefer, but I think we're making progress.
So the recommendation is that the board approve the payment application for the Lincoln Secured Entryway Project to Midwest Construction Professionals in the amount of $107,138.10, which was certified by Stacy Kidd of PCM Plus Design. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Any discussion? Roll call.
Fiddler,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Tap,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Cowan,
Yes.
Cunningham.
Yes.
All right. Approve payment application for Wilson Secured Entrance.
In your packet is an application and certification for payment received from Midwest Construction Professionals for the Wilson Secured Entryway Project in the amount of $31,081.96, which was reviewed and certified by Stacy Kidd of PCM Plus Design. Wilson School is also pretty well complete. Getting close. They have some punch list items as well,
We're waiting on a couple of panels.
couple of panels.
They were a couple short.
But that project was right up to the day for the most part. And so again, for all three buildings, thanks for the flexibility and with the staff and parents and students as they're entering the buildings as we're still trying to finalize the work. But in the end, I think it's going to help make our buildings that much more secure.
And Wilson was also the building that was completely
Yeah,
painted this summer.
Yep, and it looks really nice as well.
All right, so the recommendation is that the board approve the payment application for Wilson Secured Entryway Project to Midwest Construction Professionals in the amount of $31,081.96, which was certified by Stacy Kidd of PCM Plus Design. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Tap,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Cowan,
Yes.
Cunningham.
Yes.
Fiddler.
Yes.
All right, approve change order for Lincoln Secure Entry Project.
In your packet is the request for change from Bishop Brothers to complete extra demolition and to add additional drywall in Office 100B due to the current condition of the walls. This is work that we requested to be done by the contractor when Tony and I had an opportunity to go in and take a look with Tom. There was some concern with the walls and being able to take the demo what is out there and put new drywall up and start fresh is what would make.
There was an unevenness to it,
Yeah.
and as some cabinetry is being removed, it makes more sense to seek to reskin that completely and then be able to start from there in the office space.
So the cost of that work, if approved this evening, would be $7,111, and that should not adjust the timeline in any way, shape, or form.
So the recommendation is the board approve the request for change from Bishop Brothers to complete extra demolition and additional drywall in Office 100B due to the current condition of the walls. The cost is, for the additional work, is $7,111. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Schultz,
Yes.
Tap,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Cowan,
Yes.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Fiddler,
Yes.
Hamilton.
Yes.
All right, approved building permit completion statement for Bolin School.
So on August 11th, the Regional Office of Education came through and conducted an occupancy review for Bolin School, and that's based on the entryway construction project. Given the occupancy approval, the board is being asked to approve the building completion statement that was provided by Stacy Kidd of PCM plus Design, easy for me to say, so it can be submitted. So it'd be my recommendation, the board approve the building completion statement for Bolin School as presented.
So the recommendation is the board approve the building completion statement for Bolin School as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Third.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Tap,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Cowan,
Yes.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Fiddler,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Schultz.
Yes.
Approved building permit completion statement for Wilson School.
Also on August 11th, the ROE conducted an occupancy review at Wilson School, and that is also based on the entryway construction project there that we just updated on. Given the occupancy approval, we also need the board to approve the building completion statement provided by Stacy Kidd of PCM plus Design, so it can be submitted. I do know how to say that correctly.
Good job. Got it that time.
So that would be my recommendation, that the board approve as presented.
All right, the recommendation of board is the board approve the building completion statement for Wilson School as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Any discussion? Roll call.
Williams,
Yes.
Cowan,
Yes.
Cunningham.
Yes.
Fiddler,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Tap.
Yes.
All right, approve application for occupancy for Lincoln School.
On August 11th, the ROE also conducted an occupancy review at Lincoln School based on their entryway construction project. Obviously, because that work is ongoing, it's not a completion statement, but it is a statement that just needs to be submitted as they approved the occupancy for the building. And so we need to submit that application of occupancy that, again, was provided by Stacy Kidd of PCM plus Design. So it would be my recommendation that the board approve the application for occupancy for Lincoln School.
All right, so the recommendation is the board approve the application for occupancy for Lincoln School as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Cowan,
Yes.
Cunningham.
Yes.
Fiddler,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Tap,
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Approved board meeting date change. Mr. Engel, Mr. Warren.
Yeah, so
I've talked to
Mr. Warner earlier had talked about the need for a budget hearing to be held on Tuesday, September 22nd. We're asking the board to change the date of the September board meeting from Thursday, September 17th, to Tuesday, September 22nd. This will allow the required 30 days for the tentative budget to be on file, as well as the required notifications that need to be posted in the newspaper prior to final approval of the budget. As Mr. Warner again said earlier, then a budget hearing would be held at 5:45 PM on September 22nd, 2026 in the boardroom, and our regular meeting then would be its normal 7 o'clock time on that date if the board approves that change. And certainly upon approval, then we would make sure that that is put on our website and other areas where our board schedule is at.
So the recommendation is the board approve the board meeting date change as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Fiddler,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Tap,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Cowan.
Yes. All right, other business information. We each received a cafeteria manager's report in our packet, and that will be placed on file. We will move to the next, the board building assignments. I mean, I'm open to anybody that's wanting to change. I think if we keep it the same for now. But if, at any time, you all want to change it, just, we can figure it out. It's not, and then again, you're welcome to go into every one of the buildings, right? I don't think any principal's going to turn you away, so you're more than welcome to visit any of those buildings at any time. I will tell you, it's a little challenging last year. I might need some help with the transportation. I think I bit off a little bit more than I could chew when I took the junior high and then the maintenance and the transportation. So, but I want to get down there anyway and see the transportation just because of all the work that I know Mrs. Sarver has done and getting everything nice and pretty down there. And so, but anyway, if you want to make changes, just let me know, or and so I can let Mrs. Ellis know, and we can go from there. All right. So everything will remain the same for now, and then we'll look to change that if there's any need. All right. Teacher induction and mentor update.
We welcomed 10 new teachers to teacher induction. It was a great couple days. We've expanded that event to 2 days now, feeling that we needed more time, especially with all the technology that's involved with becoming a new teacher. I was lucky enough to have Lisa and Scott who prepare everything, get Chromebooks ready, go over all of their sign-ins, logins, all of that, to get them prepared so that they feel comfortable. We also went over insurance, welcome to the district. Anything that felt like drinking out of a fire hose was what they were hit with the first day, but they seemed to handle it really well. Mr. Warner gave them a tour of East Peoria, which we received a lot of positive feedback, ranging from they just didn't know certain areas existed to being appreciative that we were willing to show them where all of our students come from every day. So good day there. We welcomed in, I already came in and did some math training. We talked a little bit about safety training and also some embrace training for our new school social worker. So good time had by all. Great mentors this year who were fantastic. They spent the afternoon working with their mentors after lunch. I want to thank Mrs. Ellis and Mrs. Smith for getting everything ready to go for us. They're great event planners. If you ever need party planners, they do a great job and have everything set for us. Mr. Warner did a great job with the tour. So really a group effort of a lot of people helping out and making everyone feel welcome.
Thank you, Mrs. Ricka. All right, update on beginning of 2026-2027 school year. Mr. England.
So we talked a little bit about some of the things that were completed or in the process of completion from the summer with regards to building projects. Last week, we had the opportunity to go out and, I know our administrators went out and we had the opportunity to go out and kind of welcome back our bus drivers, monitors, and be able to talk to them for a little bit as they came back, and then they began, the work of practicing routes and running things. And so, and then on Monday, we welcomed all of our district building staff, teachers, aides, cooks, returned to the buildings. And so we started off with a welcome breakfast. And so, and then, they had some time those first couple of days to do some building meetings. We obviously have some mandated trainings and things to be able to work on, time to work in the rooms, those kinds of things in preparation for the first day of school. We also held our K-5 our K-5 Meet Your Teacher nights Monday. I believe the junior high then had theirs last night, Tuesday night, sorry. Days are running together, first week of school. So I think, getting everything prepared for the first day of school yesterday. All in all, with regards to a first day of school, I think everything went fairly smoothly. Like everything else, we know that there are going to be things that, it's the first day and everybody's trying to learn where to go, or, which buses to be on, or, here at the junior high, drop off. And that happens, and then all of a sudden the buses are lined up and trying to remember which bus is where, and the bus is getting lined where they needed to be. And so those are the things that kind of work through those first couple of days. But I think as far as first days go, comparably, I think that everything went pretty smoothly for us. And I think we were pretty pleased with, kind of where we're at. I know we have administrators in the audience. I don't know if anybody, has thoughts or anything they would want to share, but I think overall, things started off pretty well. I see a lot of head nods.
Great to see the kids.
Yeah. And, it's that excitement of the first day. And then, of course, the weather kind of was starting to change. And so, were storms going to come in, and were they going to be right around dismissal time and all of that? Because that's what you need the first day. And so, there were just a lot of those things. And I think, I know like Central Junior High kind of went through their expectations today and cycled through some of those things. And so I think, the days have been pretty filled, getting oriented, getting to know one another. We'll finish out this first week tomorrow and then kind of head into the next week. And so, school's underway. And I think that, when I look at things overall, did we have, like I said, did we have a late bus or some buses that ran a little bit behind? Yep, we did, absolutely did. But we have that sometimes during those first days, and we continue to get better, and I think we're start to get into that transition. Today you see it a little bit smoother, tomorrow we'll see it a little bit smoother, and we'll just continue to make that progress. So those were all positive things. With that welcome back meeting, we also were able to honor, and we had started several years ago, an Above and Beyond Award. And so during that breakfast time, we also recognized our Above and Beyond Award winners. And so I want to say congratulations to Julie Frakes, Melissa Strickler, and Cheryl Salato, who all received that award. I would also like to say thank you. I was nominated to receive the award as well, and so I received one, so I'm very appreciative of that. Mostly humbled by it. Those who know me best know that's not me kind of thing, but I certainly appreciate, and I appreciate the recognition from our staff that day as well, for me and for all of our award winners. I know they were all very well deserving, and the fact that, the staff showed that appreciation to them and to me says a lot about what we have here in District 86, and I think that's very important, and you should all be very proud of that, just as I am. Because I think it speaks volumes for the people that we have working here in the district. And I think that's a good thing for us. So thank you to all of them as well. But congratulations to the other winners of the award as well.
All right, so FOIA update.
So at your table, you had the list of FOIA requests that we got. Most of them, again, were commercial. There was one personal request, and so you have that information.
All right, transportation update.
As far as transportation update, I kind of gave a little bit of that. Like I said, first days of school, the practice, all the practice in the world, and then the kids start boarding, and we go from there. And so, I did, when we welcomed the staff back, one of the important things that I talked to them about was we see a lot of familiar faces, meaning that a lot of those folks have been with us now for several years, and I think that consistency is very important. I think that says a lot about what we're able to do out there and how they work together out there. But I think that consistency is also best for our kids and our families as a district, because when you have those people who know the routes and they know the kids and they know the families, I think that helps. And yes, we are always going to supplement with some new faces. And I think that, as we bring those hires before the board, an understanding that we want to get them in and be able to train them and be able to utilize them, and build the next chain of that consistency. Because, like everything else, we're going to have people who retire, or, take other positions for whatever reason. If we can bring that next group in and start to build that consistency with them, I think that's really what Sherry's focusing on. It's what Sherry and Bob had focused on previously, to kind of build that core group. And so when we stand in front of that group and we see a lot of those familiar faces that we've talked to before, that's a good feeling. And so I think we can be very proud of that. Obviously, when we first took on transportation on our own, there were a lot of unknowns. And when I look at overall where we sit today, I feel like we're in a much better spot. But I do believe building that consistency has been an important part of that. And that's something that we hope to continue. If you had an opportunity when you pulled in or you look out the window, you will see that one of our 2 activity buses is sitting out there. We have another one that's here. It just isn't here yet. And so, we'll begin being able to utilize that as needed. I know the junior high kind of utilizes that when maybe we don't have enough drivers to cover, like the small transportation pieces here to East Side or some of those things. Or our smaller groups that may be going off-site and don't need a full bus. It gives us an opportunity to kind of you know, if you remember a few years ago, we got in this spot where if we couldn't cover it, we had to cancel, or we had to adjust times, and I think we've really been able to limit that. And I think that there's been a good utilization of that, but then also, you know, some of our other buildings being able to use it for smaller groupings as well. I think that's been important, and so they've been very useful. And so the ability to now have the two newer ones and replace the other ones, I think has been a good thing for us as well. I don't know, Sherry, I know you're here. Did you have anything else from a transportation standpoint? I talk about all the good, you probably, there might be a couple of pieces in there, but, you know, again, like everything else, I think all in all, when you put the couple of days together thus far, I think it's gone as well as, you know, a lot of startups have gone. And, you know, my hope is we continue to see, you know, just the improvement and, you know, continue to move forward each day. And certainly, they're long days, you know, for our staff. And so I certainly want to express my appreciation for the work that they've done all week in preparation. Like I said, you know, they did have Meet Your Teacher nights, which kind of went beyond, you know, that norm time, and we tried to, you know, help kind of adjust for that. But, you know, this first week's long for all of them, and so certainly, you know, hopefully after school tomorrow, they'll get a well-deserved break, and we'll be back at it on Monday. But, you know, I want to make sure that we talk about the fact that they've put in a lot of work, a lot of time and effort, and I appreciate that as well. I know we have the EPA here today, but, you know, I also just wanted to thank all of them for the work that they've done, because it's not easy, and, you know, certainly it's appreciated. So just wanted to point that out for the board.
Thank you. Anything from the EPEEA? No. Right, thank you for being here, we appreciate it. Any other business by the board or administration?
Yeah, real quick, I just want to mention, I was able to attend 3 of the Meet Your Teacher nights, Shoot, Lincoln, and Central. One common theme that I saw is every teacher I saw was excited to be there. So the kids were excited to be there. So that was really cool to see. I didn't see one kid that was bummed, right? When they met their teacher, right, the energy went up right away, and I'm sure you all saw it too. I would also encourage you, if you can, to stop in at a few of the schools. Some of the teachers have done an absolute incredible job creating great environments for these kids to learn in on their own. There are some impressive classrooms at Lincoln that I saw. They did a really great job. So if you get out, take a look at it, see what these guys have done. All the kids are excited to be in those classrooms. In those different environments, it's not the same room to room, right? It's a change for them. So great job with that, everybody. I'm sure the other schools are like that as well. I didn't get a chance to go to those, but just wanted to give thanks to the teachers for doing a great job.
The only other thing that I would add is the building administration and Jason and Ashley and myself had an opportunity to sit and meet again with Katie Bulova from IASB. As the board recalls, Katie has been leading us through our strategic planning and goal-setting process. And so the next step in that was to sit down with the administration and kind of talk through action plans based on the goals that the board had given approval to. So we had that opportunity to do that. Kind of the next steps in that process, Katie has now kind of sent back the work that we did that day. And so we want to take an opportunity for us to look at it and then share that with our administration group that kind of built that and make sure that it reflects, you know, and I'm sure it does, but, you know, just make sure it reflects everything that we talked about that day, and, you know, putting together kind of a framework of time, a framework of accountability, and the pieces that tie to those goals. And so our hope would be at some point, and, you know, possibly as soon as the September board meeting, to bring that back and have conversation for the board, get any feedback or input from the board with regards to that, any questions, changes, those kinds of things, and then ultimately then bring that back to the board again. If we're able to do that in September, then, you know, maybe come back in October, depending on the nature of any changes or things of that nature, to kind of finalize that plan, to be able to say this is now kind of the direction we see going forward, be able to put that finalized piece from the board back in front of that original group so they can see kind of the work that they have done, and, you know, where their work that they started kind of has put us, and then the path going forward at that point in time. So I just thought I would share that with the board. Nothing to share tonight, but that'll be forthcoming. but wanted you to know that we had completed that next step. If you recall, we kind of ended right as we were heading into the summer break, and so we made sure that we allowed the administrators a little bit of time to kind of get back and get through the in-person registration, get through, some of those pieces, and then be able to devote a full morning, which we did, and it was a full morning, a lot of great conversations. I want to give credit to our administrative team for kind of the openness and thought sharing that took place there, given kind of what Katie was outlining, understanding of the goals. And I think there was some good work done that day, and we're starting to kind of see the return. So, each level of conversation has really been kind of a good experience, from that initial group to the work with the board to the administration, and so truly putting together a joint effort for that.
I just wanted to share Shoot School with almost 250 students had perfect attendance on the first day of school, and our transitional kindergarten classroom is fully rostered. So,
Good to hear.
good day.
Yeah, thanks for the
All
update.
positive pieces.
Absolutely. Only thing I've got is just a reminder for the board members, those of you who are going to be attending conference, if you're interested in Friday focus workshops, make sure that you get with Mrs. Ellis to get registered for those, because those are filling up fast. So, just a reminder. It's the only thing I have. All right, I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
Roll call?
Fiddler,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Tap,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Cowan,
Yes.
Cunningham.
Yes.
Meeting adjourned.